All right, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone on whom I learn from daily. Healthy shalom to the brothers out there doing the work. Healthy shalom to the 144,000 would-be judges on this earth, mighty men that will be taken over under the throne of King David. Okay? Very same. Or as I was watching just the other day, down there at the Dallas camp, Great Millstone Dallas camp, Elder Yashimamba was chopping it up with a guy from ISUPK, and he didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It was an excellent video, excellent edification. Just to let you understand that only a certain group has 100% truth. It's the brother Kabar Dama coming back at you with another quick hitter. This is going to go into the MOTB, all right? And I don't care if I sound like a broken record. It is what it is. It's one of the major prophecies, all right, that is right around the corner that is going to happen. Now, either you have faith or you don't. And that's that, all right? Going into the MOTB and Nero and how, this is Nero, which a.k.a. we believe is Donald J. Trump, what his true last name was Drumpf. All right. That's another thing I've noticed with these Edomites. They all changed their names, all of them. OK, whether it be Benjamin Milikowski, whether it be oh, boy, can't even hardly say this one, small mustache guy. All right. You know who I'm talking about. He actually changed his name, too. It was Chicken Groover, by the way, just to, put you up on game. But I'm going to show you this right quick, and this is fair use of the copyright action. Fair use. I'm going to go ahead and play this.
He had women who were half naked while men were, saying gross kind of things at them. I'll just show you this clip right here of what was going down while Americans are starving to death. This is just another night at Mar-a-Lago. Play this clip right here.
Look at this shit.
And here's another clip of women dancing for Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. This is just gross. This is gross behavior. This is supposed to be the president of the United States. It's vomit-inducing. Here, play this clip.
Look at these hoes. I'm just saying.
Meanwhile, while that was taking place,
all right,
Trump was out there in Mar-a-Lago partying.
All right, red on red. And look, listen. This is definitely Nero, man. He was known for these kind of things, okay? And this is in Mar-a-Lago, right? His so-called, what was it, some kind of masquerade or, damn, what was it? It was a Halloween ball or some shit like that. And in the meantime, let's go here. Because what you just saw was absolutely crazy. Now imagine, and I'm not taking up for no other president, especially, any of them, because near one of them, Israelites anyway. And if they were completely compromised puppets, okay? But again, just put this in your mind's eye. Imagine if that was creepy and sleepy. Well, he does shit like that anyway. All of them do. They're all guilty. That's why them files ain't never going to come out. How about Shimei Shai going to let us see what's going on? Anyway, imagine if that was Obama. As Nero says, Obama, right? Man, that'd have been all up in arms because they think he's a so-called black man when really he's a damn Hamite, okay? All right, let's go here. Ooh, let's read this first. Amos 1 and verse 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, that's your so-called white man, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And that's why he's doing the things right now. He knows he has but a short time. The book of Revelation tells you that. He's going to come in like a flood, and he's doing these things because he does know he has but a short time, okay? And these enchantments, a Maga, or Magi, again, I was watching Apostle Salakia. And down to 10%. I might need to plug up. Anyway, I was watching Apostle Tahar's video he did a couple days ago. His live stream that he did a couple of days ago, and it was Paul and Adrian off grid or whatever, which they don't understand the scriptures, man. These Edomites don't have a damn clue what's going on. All right, but they were going into this damn witch Marina Djokovic or whatever the hell her damn name is, where she's dancing, doing some kind of weird shit with Jay-Z. He's another puppet. When she was going into saying that Trump was the perfect president, or Nero, because he is a top witch. Now the scriptures go into it and very plainly tell you that Esau Edom has to stand with his enchantments in these last days. All right, and he's going to have to stand with his enchantments. That left-hand side no longer works anymore. So when we say Nero, look at the things that he looks like. Let's go to it. Nero he's playing the damn fiddle. Ooh, look at that right there. Hold on, let's go back to this. It says Nero played the fiddle and Trump played golf. That's very interesting, right? He said, did Donald Trump, Nero, wow, fiddling tweet. What? I got to go into this, Salakia. I didn't plan on going into this, but let's see what this, just fancy me for a moment. Because I wanted to go, wow, nothing can stop what's coming. Wow. And he does a lot of this AI shit, planes, F-22s or whatever, pooping on people, doing all kinds of crazy shit. You saw the half-naked women. These damn dogs, man. Anybody want a dog? Anyway, I gotta get plugged in there. You saw them half-naked women, man, and the sexual immorality, immorality, if you will. Okay, with Esau Edom, and they're happy. And Salakia, look at this wicked, evil shit. They're very comfortable, in their own skin doing these things. Now, remember, this is one of the biggest pedo rings on earth that is ever to be there. Now, the scriptures do tell us in Revelation, the 11th chapter, that this is a place spiritually called Sodom in Egypt, right? And what did Yahweh Shem Yahushua do to Sodom and Gomorrah, those 5 cities? Destroyed them. Now, let's go into this. My next piece is called Nothing Can Stop What's Coming. And what's coming? The M-O-T-B. And we are low-key in Jacob's trouble right now. I thought this was very interesting. Matter of fact, that's my thumbnail. Wow. That's crazy. Okay? Apparently this fiddling tweet refers to a gaffe made by President Donald Trump in March 2020 tweet. This is in 2020. All right? Wow. See, Trump retweeted a meme of himself playing the fiddle with the text, my next piece is called Nothing Can Stop What's Coming. And you know what? Nobody can stop what's coming because it's prophecy. This is beautiful. All right? And to mention that he didn't know what it meant, but it sounds good. You know what? He knows exactly what it means. And I truly believe, all these Edomites have work on the left-hand side of Yahweh Shem Yahushua with them enchantments, man. As said in the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter. Okay? All right, so let's go back here. Let's read this. This is Hebrews 12 and verse 16. This is in the NIV. Let's read it. See that no one is sexually immoral or godless like Esau, who for one meal sold his inheritance rights as the oldest son. Afterwards, as you know, when he wanted to inherit his blessing, he was rejected. And that's what's going on right now. He wants that blessing back, but he can't have it. It was never his in the first place. It was always divine, designed and written to go to Jacob, which is the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. And nobody else can be saved. And that's that. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Okay? Even though he sought the blessing with tears, a little crybaby is what he is. All right? Could not change what he had done. What did that say? Could not change what he had done. Now, again, we'll go back here to when Apostle Tahar was doing his live stream and I was listening. And, he said at camp there was this. Come on, man. I ain't got time for this shit right now. Anyway, Salakia. He said there was one of the elders had pulled up a letter from a sister who had a dream, who had a vision. And I was listening to it, and it was the exact same vision that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua showed me, very same dream about people going into, it was like I'll explain it briefly, and then grab some more scriptures. But it was like everybody was in like a basketball court. Okay. And all of a sudden, just a weird type of vibe, came across everyone. And we knew something was happening. And there was this big truck that pulled up with a trailer, like one of them FEMA trailers or whatever, where, like a mobile lab or whatever. Okay. And they were having everybody line up, and people were going in. And when they were coming out, they were different. Like, somehow I knew it was the MOTB. I knew that they was getting chipped up. Okay. I knew that was what's happening. And there was only a handful of people. I'm going to give it 99.1% of the people was taking that shit willingly. Okay. But I was one of, like, if there was 100 people, it had to be, well, I mean, I'd say not maybe 98, maybe 97%. Okay. There was at least 3 people that was like, hell no, I'm not taking it. And we, went on the run or whatever. And they had this miracle-like technologies that's also written in the book of Revelation that were tracking us down, but they never caught me. I was like, as the scripture said, there's healing in his wings. He spread his, Yahushua spread his wings over his elect, and hopefully I'm a part of that number, but it's like they got to a point where they couldn't even see me. Okay. And it was very interesting, and you go back and watch it. It was a couple of days ago. It was a beautiful thing, and look, this is the very same visions that he showed John the Revelator, man. Oddly enough, when Elder Yashawamba was schooling that young man, about John the Revelator and how the hell he'd go off. How was he not a man of the Lord? That's crazy. Anyhow, let's read this. Let's go to. This is crazy right here. That's some wild shit. This is Nero all over again, right? Let's go here. Let's go to the book of Revelation. Come on now. Revelation. Please excuse me. My voice is all, man. My throat's messed up. These missiles can't come soon enough, man. All right. Let's go to the book of Revelation 20 and verse 4. And it reads, and I saw thrones as they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded. All right. And, going back into that vision, that's why I pulled this scripture up right here, because they were the people who didn't take it. It wasn't but a few. They were trying to track us down and unalive us, man. Okay. But, as the scripture said, and ye shall be saved out of it. So I truly believe that he had saved me out of that situation. And I knew it was dire. It was a dire situation. It was to the point to where, if Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in my vision, if he wasn't dealing with me, then he could have easily had me caught quick, because I slipped up out of that line. I said, I ain't taking that shit. Anyway, I saw souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Hamashiach Yahushua, right? And for the word of the Most High power, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. Yeah, that's plural. All right. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years, right? Okay. That's a beautiful scripture. Let's go here. What else do I want to pull up? You see, Nero played the fiddle. No. Sexually immoral. Let's see. I got one more. I'll close out. I won't make it too long. Book of Luke. Yeah, this is very interesting stuff. MOTB, man, it's coming, and it's one of the major prophecies, that's getting ready to happen. This is in red letters too, I believe. Luke 17 verse 27. They did eat. What? Like in the days of Noah, right? They did eat. Let's go back to 20. Rejoice in this generation. 26, and it reads, and as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man, Salakia. All right, and that's the coming of Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls JC. All right, up there, I was in my old neighborhood. My uncle, he's in rare form, if you will. You already know what it is. He's in rare form, and he couldn't get that JC out of his mouth, And then, them spirits, man, it's just something else, man. Look, the election has obtained it, and the rest were blinded, man. They have no idea what's going on. They just don't know, man. And yet to this day, visiting, it was my grandmother's house, my grandmother's old house. She passed away, so she in the spirit world now. At 104 years old, that's crazy. But she in the spirit world, but still, JC hanging up on the wall, man. You can't make this up. You can't. It's just a vexation of spirit. Verse 27, they did eat, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And the flood came and destroyed them all. Except for this time, it shall be what? With flames of fire. Let's get that. Salakia, I believe it says fuel of fire. Fury and rebuke with flames of fire. This is not what I wanted, but I'm going to read it anyway. Isaiah 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. That's not what I wanted, but that is also fire. All right. This shall be with fuel. Yeah, there we go. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Isaiah 9 and verse 5 reads, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and with fuel of fire. And a lot of these people are going to know death by pain, especially the ones who mock and scoff at the prophets. And that's that, quick little lesson. Hopefully it was edifying, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Shalom, Israel.